Many videos I have discussed in the past. Today also I'll discuss, but I'll try to cover maximum from the fundamental with more details. In this Nadi progression, we take care of 4 planets. One is Saturn, second is Jupiter, third is Rahu, fourth is Ketu. Like this, those 4 planets are considered important from progression perspective. Okay. In that also, these two are placed under positive, means they are called as destiny makers. Okay, one is the Jiva and another is the Karma. And these two are called as blockers, which gives sufferings and block separation, death, all that. But in that also, this Rahu will support materialistic. Okay. So before we go into the how each progression works out everything, we have to understand something called as planetary motion. Okay. I will not go very deep into this planetary motion because then we may get lost in covering the progression. But I'll definitely help you all to understand what are the different kinds of motions we are having. Okay. Because that is very, very essential. At least this basic knowledge we should have. So there are close to 8 kinds of motion. After this, we'll go to the progression. Okay. 8 kinds of planetary motion. Okay. Vakra. Second is Ativakra. Third is Kutila. And fourth is Sama. Fifth is Manda. Sixth is Mandatara. Seventh is Shigra. And eighth is Atishigra. Now, sometimes you would have seen, most of the times, this is Jupiter plus Venus means we will take all the luxury karaka or the opposite gender, everything we will say when Jupiter is associated with Venus. But sometimes, like that thing will take place, but not at the expected phase. Okay. Or sometimes that cannot take place at all. Okay. And even many people will say, oh, the planet will remain the same. But if you go microscopically and observe, we have to see the planetary motion, the kakshaya, all those things makes a difference. Understand? At the outset, if you want to learn Nadi, it is very, very easy. Okay, there is no doubt. If you learn in depth, it is even more easy. Understand? Only when you are here one leg, there one leg, then it becomes, no sense to the prediction. Okay, so the more and more deeper you dive into Nadi, and the more and more easier it becomes to give the prediction. Okay, and it is easy also to learn, provided right methodology is followed. Okay, now in this one by one we will see what they actually say. Okay, so that you are having some idea. Tomorrow you are seeing some software or something, or you are seeing some panchangam. In that panchangam, they are mentioned Jupiter is in Vakram, Ati Vakram, or some planet is in Stambanam, like that and all they'll say, right? So then you will understand. Okay. First one, let us take Vakra. Vakra means what? Moving backward. That's all. Or backward motion of a planet. And it travels gradually lower to average. Okay. This much is sufficient. Second one is something called as Ativakra. Ativakra means nothing. Okay. From this average, it will start to highest speed. And third one is Kutila. Okay. This Kutila means almost stationary, and it indicates the ending period of retrogression or Vakra. Ending period of retro. Okay. Similarly, next we have uh, Sama. Next is Sama. In Sama, it indicates the average motion of that planet. Hence, I can say it as the true motion of that planet. Okay. Next, fifth one is Manda. Manda means name itself is indicating. We say the Saturn as Manda, right? Mandan, like that. It is slower speed compared to its average motion. But here, it's not in retro. That you have to understand. Earlier also we saw something similar, but that was in retro. Here, it's not in retro. Sixth, Mandatara. Okay. Mandatara means it is in a declining speed. Okay. Declining speed or decreasing. Then seventh one is Shigra. Here, Shigra means it is traveling above average speed. And finally, we have Atishigra. This is self-explanatory, right? Atishigra. Very fast. So sometimes you will see a planet will change the Rashi uh, more than earlier than the expected time. Suppose it was supposed to change in 1 month, it may change even lesser than that. Okay. So these are the things which are minute in nature. Okay. So though it is not going to change in a big deal, but having this is going to definitely make you that difference. They say, right? Sometimes in Lagna Gandanta and all will change like that. This is going to give you that edge and make you sure or always 100% to the point in Nadi astrology. Now, first one is Saturn. Okay. For Saturn, the progression is 30 years for one progression. Means what is that? To change one Rashi, Saturn will take 30 years. Based on the degree, it will vary. That and all I'll teach you. Okay. Next is Jupiter is 12 year, one progression. That means change one Rashi, it will take 12 years. And Rahu and Ketu will take 18 years for one Rashi change. This much we know. Today I will take only the Saturn transit or Saturn progression. Okay. Now, this Saturn, let us assume it is at 0 degree. That means every 1 year it will travel 1 degree. So it has to travel 30 degrees. Means it will take 30 years. So 0 to 30, 31 to 60, 61 to 90, like that it will go. Okay, but suppose the same Saturn, okay, is at 10 degrees here. Already it is 10 degree. That means what? Already it has crossed 10 degrees. Okay, already it has crossed 10 degrees. That means it will stay how many years? 0 to 20 years. Here, Saturn is at 10 degree. That means 10 degrees already it has finished. So 0 to 20, 21 to 50, 51 to 80. Like that we have to take. This is easy to understand. Okay. Now you may have certain questions. What is that question? Like this, sir, this Saturn is retro, right? Or this Saturn is here, this Jupiter is here, this is the Lagna. Now should I take it from here or should I take it from here? This is another question. So all these things we will see later. Okay, but first we have to understand how the progression works. So now you know how to calculate the years. Okay, now in this progression, this Saturn will touch many planets, okay, including itself. That means this progression Saturn will touch Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn itself. Okay, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. This in the 30 years cycle, considering it is at the initial degree, will determine the path traveled by native in first progression. Okay, and second progression, third progression, max to max, third progression will end for many. For some people, it will go fourth progression also. Okay, but each progression, certain minor variations and results will be there. That we will see. Now we'll discuss. Let us assume it is traveling on Sun for somebody. Okay, on progression Saturn on sun. Okay, how to take the results? Sun and Saturn are father and son. This is no doubt, but they both are extremely inimical to each other. They both are extremely inimical to each other. Therefore, whenever okay, Saturn travels or forms connection with the sun, it will give tension, okay, and mind stress, and in job, okay, some issues with reporting officer or your team lead, okay, problems with the government or any government related work. Or suppose, let us assume, this is I'm just saying, Saturn is going on sun. In case, let us take like this. Okay, let me put like this on chart. Then I'm trying to give you the various variations, the progression. For the same sun, okay, in the second house, either there is Venus or Jupiter. Now Saturn is progressing. Okay. Now the result will be different. Here, instead of giving him the problem, it will give him the promotion. It will give him the hike or increment in salary. He may buy a bungalow or villa type house. See how suddenly the results are changing. Okay. So this minor things only are going to make us this thing. So whether this is going to give promotion or problem depends upon the second house. What is that planets to that sun? Why? Because second house to Saturn is also income. 11th house to Saturn is also profit. Okay. So these things are also very, very important. Suppose instead of this Venus and Jupiter, there is Rahu or there is Mars. Accordingly, you can calculate. Okay, those things we'll see in the next video. Like how understood how the planets in second to this Karaka planet and the progressing planet can change the result or alter the result. Without knowing this, if you are trying to give progression result or even for that matter, transit results, that is where things go wrong. Okay. Astrology is not wrong. Nadi, so many books are there, Samhitas, like how we called Brihat Parasharavara Samhita or Brihat Samhita. Let it, n number of Samhitas are there in Tamil Nadu written by the rishis. But only thing is, people are in very much hurry and deep research is not done. See, I also learned what is that 15, 20 years back with so many gurus. But after that, I went and made my research, and I'm still today also doing. As and whenever I get updates, I keep sharing in the YouTube. Understand? So without doing that research, if you think what was said in the past only is correct, that is also wrong. Yes, our gurus are knowledgeable, everything. There is no doubt about that. But as and today, okay, whatever they give, along with that, we also have to do our research and add up. Then only we are doing justice to the knowledge system. In the next class, I will try to show you if Jupiter is retro, how to do a progression.